So we open with Leah going to her boxers. Ramomo's been hanging out with her ex-husband. Ooh, Lord, that fish-eyed daughter. Oh, I see why we don't see Avery that often. Why are her eyes so far apart? It's like they got a divorce. They drew a line down the nose and they said, okay, I need a foot, you need a foot. Ooh, how hammerhead. It's like Evelyn's daughter, But I guess her mother has those fish eyes. Hers are just even further apart. Luann's old butt thinks a mask is a fashion faux pas. And Sonja is still in this townhouse. Why haven't they repossessed? Oh, I guess, the Vivi stopped all repossessions and evictions, because they should have been put her out. Of all my vices, being glamorous is one I'll never give up. Luann, you might have been pretty when you were younger, but you and those statement necklaces to cover that turkey neck, honey, that's not glamour, that's QVC. Like Giovanni. I'm sex positive and BS negative. You wrote that yourself, didn't you, Leah? I may say the wrong thing, but my intentions are always right. Well, we know who says things like that. Racist. I had to work twice as hard for half as much, but now I'm coming for everything. Winner! With tens across the board. Just like New York City, Sonja Morgan never goes out of style. I'll let you be a runner-up. So Leah's still trying to get her sister on the show because this is her first phone call. So she's converting to Judaism. You're right, honey. This does feel like your Madonna moment. This is your second season plot line. Okay. So now Ramona and Luann are all close because they're neighbors. No, it's because you're vipers with worn down fangs. Just kind of gumming at you at this point. Now oh crap, I gotta change the battery. But they're trying a non-alcoholic rosé. I don't know if these women should stop drinking, because then what are you going to blame your personalities on? What are you going to blame your lack of self-awareness on? What are you going to blame your cruelty on, your snideness on, your passive-aggressiveness on, your bad behavior, your hypersexual behavior? What will be your excuse if not being able to blame it on the alcohol, blame it on the alcohol? You're not going to be able to blame anything but yourselves. And we all know you ladies can't take any kind of responsibility. This will be an interesting season. Luann, I hate to tell you this. You might not have remembered how you got home because you were drunk. It might just be because you're old. I'm sorry, haven't we all gotten to work and gotten home and been like, I don't know how I got here. And we sober as all get out. As all get out. We'll be like, where did I put this? Where did I put... Luann, I think you're making too much of it. But hey, if you really was that sloppy and you woke up and you was like, oh, I really don't, then you really don't know. But I just think your old ass is forgetful. So Sonja's been so busy, even her daughter can't get a hold of her. Sonja's been trying to save that townhouse. Luann can see Tom's terrace from her house. Did she set it up that way? Did she notice when she first looked at the apartment? I will give her the benefit of the doubt. Like, everybody around her lives in the same area, so it's not like, oh wow, I can see your building. It's not that abnormal once you get to a certain floor. But then also you go in and you get in the elevator, you don't know exactly what you're facing until you get in the apartment. So because when I got this place, like, you're moving, everything is such a blur. I could see her being like, oh, okay, this is nice, not thinking, oh, that's Tom's house, that's right. I could see it, but then, because I would say, I don't know why she would want to look at it. I would move. Did she buy this? I wouldn't want to look at my ex's place. I would not. Okay, yeah, if it's not right next door, that's New York. That's like she ended up living near Ramona, like you move to a certain area where other people live and you've got a view, you might be looking at their terrace. That's like saying, I want to live near 34th Street, but I don't want any views of the Empire State Building, but I want views. So now we have Leah and Ebony. I like the leopard coat that Leah has on. That's cute. If you selling that, I might get that. That's fierce. Oh, geez, you're still dating the pita chip guy. Leah, you just like to be unhappy. She says, I am ready to fall in love. Okay, girl. Okay. So now we have Sonja, and she don't want to say it's Grey Gardens. Well, then plant some flowers. Get some color in there. God, that wallpaper's from the year I was born. You shouldn't have 40-year-old wallpaper in your house. I don't care if it is an antique. I just read the fuck out of myself because I called myself an antique. Ouch. Sonja, you can't draw your own bath. You didn't drag this poor girl out of quarantine to draw your bath. What were you doing for the past 5 months? It doesn't look like showering. So Sonja has her assistant help her in the bath like she's Joan Crawford and calls Leah, and Leah says, I got a friend for you. Oh, she talking about Ebony. I thought she was talking about a date. I mean, whenever you call Sonja, you gotta offer her a man. We need Bethany and Dorinda. Or we need 2 more women. Like, it feels empty. Okay, now we've got Ebony and her sister. Ebony not dodging the repo man, girl. But she keeping it real. She keeping it real. She like, look, sometime when you start a business, shit go a little left. She said, I will always bet on myself because I'm a sure thing. You better speak that word. Oh, she's bought a 1-bedroom and all. Oh, the brunch looks beautiful, Sonja. How did you afford it? Sonja, they was adjusting her tag. Her tag was out. She said, I don't take the tags off things because I may not keep it. Sonja's keeping it real. She said, look, this is a wear and return. I pulled that in my 20s at Macy's. Leah, you got too much going on. First, you got the Beyonce half moon top. Then you've got this plasticky, pleathery bomber jacket that just makes me want to throw up. And then a plaid clueless pant. And by clueless, I mean the movie. Like, that's a pant I would see Alicia Silverstone wear. No, it's too busy, too busy. Ebony, that fuchsia suit, yes, yes, yes. Oh, and I love that bracelet or that watch. The hair is always on point. The hair is effortless. The edges are healthy and toothbrushed back. We love to see it. Her confessional look gives Dominique Devoe. I love the up. I love all of it. Like, she came to play. Just enough cleavage, not too much. So Leah ain't seen Ramona since the reunion, and she wondered what she gonna do. Ramona will do what she's always done. Look like a lizard and embarrass herself. She are her candy bird. She's like, I hope the food is good. I don't miss no meals, so the food needs to be on point. I'm with her. Oh, Lord, I thought those were pants, Leah. That's a skirt with a patent leather boot. Oh, Lord. And you're supposed to be a designer? You looked better last season. So Leah and Ebony walk in as Sonja's saying, I gotta clean the stone this certain way. And actually, she is right. Like, you can't use the hose to get the dirt in between the cracks because then it'll get in your drainage system. But you also have to dust it off the stone. She's right. It's odd, but she's right. I love Sonja's short pants set. That big bird and the floral. Oh, Sonja's like, I've got fish of every color. Black fish, white fish, big fish, small fish. I'm not racist. Prove yourself then. Prove yourself. Oh, now Sonja's Century 21 deal supposedly went south, but I think that was because of the panty. But I heard her stuff was back in stores. Oh, they went bankrupt? Damn. So Ebony does want a family, but she realizes she's gonna have to slow down and give some things up. I just want to be stay-at-home dad status. I don't need to take over the world. And if I did, it would be a complete and utter mess. Nobody wants or needs that. So he really didn't want another baby. He was just gonna have it for her, and COVID just, sussed some things out for him. They had to sit with it and say, nah. So now Ramona and Luann show up. Oh, and we start on Luann's new man, her trainer friend in the Hamptons. I don't know if I would sleep with a trainer from the Hamptons, because I'm like, that's pass around. You know he's been up in every biddy from Bridgehampton to St. Bath. And also, if you hear somebody say St. Bart's rather than St. Bath, yeah. Girl, on a dating app, you hunted his ass down and threw some money in his face. Girl, boom. A personal trainer in the Hamptons, we all know what that's about. So now we get on Ramona's men. Oh God, she's still sucking face with Harry Dubin? Girl, you just mad Mario left your ass. Ha! Ramona said, well, Sonja just likes to make things up. And Sonja says, well, she lies, so take the average. Sonja said, why does everybody start in my life and end up in your bed? Now that is an Alexis Carrington read. Ebony said, y'all got some different kind of friendships than I'm used to, because we don't play that over here. Luann says, Ramomo, we've heard enough about you and Harry Dubin. We wanted to get back to Ebony's new man. She broke off an engagement and has a new boyfriend. So it was some guy she was friends with for a year, and then it blossomed into more. But not Kenya more, because otherwise it would be over. Oh my goodness. So he owns a minority stake in a football team, and Leah said maybe he could introduce me to some players, and Ebony said, no, Leah! You date the man who owns the team, not the player. Well, I mean, true, but also, you know, you get with the Dwayne Wade now, he's a minority owner of the Utah Jazz. You gotta grow with the man. Also, you get with the right player, they get shoes, merchandising, movies, they can get their own team. You know, you can help them parlay that coin. And then you're in on the ground floor. When you get with the owner of the team, everything they have is theirs. What you walk in with is what you walk out with. But if you build together, then what's ours is ours. And you've secured your financial future and your children's legacy. Because look at Sonja. Sonja married the bank and is broke. As a hee-hey. Look, I mean, and rich men will leave their children and their wives out in the wind with nothing. I mean, they will try to leave you destitute. So no, I'm going to go on, we're going to build together. I'm going to have my name all up and through all the documents. We're going to go on and put in a good decade or two together. Then when you want to trade me in for a newer model, we all know I'm leaving with half. Without an argument, without a fight. Also, the more they have, the more controlling they feel they can be. So Luann and Leah are bonding over their struggles with alcohol, and I like that they're being honest with it. I have to say, I am enjoying this side of Luann. So now everybody goes inside and they get on Sonja for not talking to them all quarantine. So Sonja says, well, look, when Century 21 went out of business, I just went to the desert and had to walk around by myself because I was like, what next? What next? I get it. So they decide to go to the Hamptons to rekindle their friendship. And that's a great place to do it. Ramona said, I felt an immediate bond with you, and I don't really feel that with anybody. Ramona, when did you talk to her? No, they might have talked, and they just didn't put it in the scene. But Leah gonna say, you said the same thing with me, and then you treated me like crap all season. These heifers, of course, don't know the history of Sag Harbor and how it was the first place where black people were able to buy waterfront property. Okay, there's, documentaries and tours, but okay, y'all have lived there and you don't, Just show your true colors and your true hoods. So everybody's leaving and we're getting flashbacks of the fight next week. I can't wait. Ramona was right. That outfit does clash, Leah. Well, that was the shit. I think they have episode 2. Did they not have episode 2? I guess we don't have episode 2. I thought they aired episode 2. Let me know. I'll keep looking for it. But all right, I will see you soon for something.